At the end of 2023, when I was looking at that year, I was so heartbroken because I had reached rock bottom during that year. Within this video, I document the first month of 2024 as I work towards my goals, learn the key principles that help me get towards those goals, and I do everything in my power to try and change my life for the better. You are going to learn some of the key fundamental principles I have learned that are going to change my life forever, and you have full access to all of them in this video. Now stick to the end as you watch me try to implement these as I try to work towards some of the biggest goals I've ever had in my life. So enjoy. 2024 as of today. I feel a huge relief for it being a new year. I don't know, it feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. The bad decisions that were made in 2023, the good, I don't know, that year it was a lot of life lessons. Let's just put it that way, in the nicest way possible. Document the first month of 2024 and let's see if stacking the right habits, making the right moves, and working towards your goals through steps and trying to just make a difference in your life. And I wanted to document that. I start my cut again today. I'll show you the physique. I don't know how it looks on camera, but we've definitely put on size. Shoulders are bigger, chest is fuller, arms are bigger. 2023, the habits that I kept doing brought me the results I got. Now, if I want new results and I want better results, that means I have to start either making new habits or making the ones I have better. And hopefully this motivates a bunch of you to start doing the same with your life. As motivated as I was, something called life had hit me straight in the face, taking all my time away and not allowing me to have any focus towards my goals. I had to work fast and figure out a solution around this. It is day number 6. The year is already starting to fly past and it's only felt like a blink of an eye. How do we prevent this from making the year fly by like 2023 felt like it did and getting no goals done, feeling very unproductive? So step 1 out of the many principles that I will preach in this video is setting goals. It is one of many stepping stones that is going to get you to where you need to go. So if you haven't yet for this year, you are aimless and you need a set of goals that are going to change your life. You need 1 to 3 main goals that are your priority in this year, and I want you to write them down now. Setting goals helps bring your future into your present, and the present is the only time we can take action. Zig Ziglar. So step 1 is setting goals and getting a clear idea of how we are going to get there can ultimately stop the year from just flying by and being like, shit, I didn't do any of my goals. So I'm gonna go buy myself a journal today. I'm gonna build my game plan up a bit more and see what I need to do. I highly recommend getting a journal. It can be one of the best things you could do for yourself to allow your thoughts to be written down on paper and out of your mind. Also, having a creativity booklet with all the ideas and game plans you want to build. As the days are going by, I'm still staying focused on my diet and my workouts because these are just as important to me as ever before. Step 2, building your plan of attack towards those goals. Now, if you did step 1, good, but to actually get towards those goals, we need a plan of attack that's going to get us there. Being that we don't have much time or money, we need to use it wisely. So a plan of attack allows us to use it in the most potent way possible to get the best results we can. With no focus, we will get nowhere. And making sure it is a simple and easy plan of attack so there is no excuses. When I said 2024 was going to be my year, I literally meant it. And by having a clear plan of attack, you can no longer blame anyone. You know what you need to do and you can do it because nothing happens on accident. A focused fool can accomplish more than a distracted genius. Alex Hormozi. It is day 10 and I spent this morning before work building a game plan of what I'm going to do, because these last couple of days it felt like the same as all other years, where it just started to feel the same and everything just started to happen. I want to be more intentional with my time, so I built myself a game plan, how I'm going to make content, develop my knowledge. I was listening to an Alex Hormozi podcast. He was basically like, think of it like this: you're walking in the dark and you have a flashlight and you're only pointing it down at your feet. That's how you need to look at it for your goals. Don't think 70 steps ahead. It's good to have an idea, a rough idea, but not a planned step-by-step process of 70 steps ahead, because that would just make you feel anxious all the time, because it's such a daunting thing. It gives me clear steps of where I want my time to be spent on my free time: coaching, content creation, learning from Alex Hormozi, what content I really want to do. That was something I had to really focus on today. There was times where I looked at it and I was like, I can't do this. But if you just look at that same principle, you have a flashlight and you're looking for your next step, you'll find it much easier to plan ahead. So that is my game plan built now. That is a huge reason to why last year was a complete failure for me. And it will be a huge reason if you don't start fixing it, because you're not using your time on purpose. So yeah, that's step number 2. We're 10 days in. Diet's going good, working towards all my goals there. We're slowly building that process up, and hopefully over time we will see this compound effect of just little habits around my working schedule. Like, I have work soon, I'm gonna go work 8 hours, and I have that at 5 days a week. So I'm busy. Try and use up the time outside of work and make it as potent as possible. 8 o'clock now, pumped out some work. I finished work, went to the gym, then did a little bit of work, but I was a bit brain dead today. We hit a new lowest weigh-in today, which is mad. But I'm keen for the weekend because I know I'm going to pump out a bunch of focus work, which is going to be great, because I think I'm going to finally get ahead, especially this weekend. Step 3, learning what skill you lack in and developing that skill with the action while also learning it. This will be a game changer for you. Most people are ignorant to how they're going to get across their bridge towards their goal, but what it requires, a bunch of micro skills that are going to build your bridge to get you over. Whether that's content creation, whether that's marketing, whether that's sales, or whether that's something inside of it. Whatever it is, find out what you lack in and start developing that skill. This requires discipline, because to learn a skill requires you to be, one, pretty bad at it, and to fail at it a lot. But I can guarantee you this: if you stick past that feeling of like that sickness in your stomach, that you just can't believe in yourself, you don't see yourself being able to do this, you will get better. So stick with it. Whatever that skill is you're trying to learn next that requires you to get towards your goal, stick with it. Please, I promise you, you will get better at it. There is so much information everywhere, and it can become hard to know what to do. So that's why we only require you to learn the one skill you are lacking in, and just build that skill up. Stop trying to do 7 skills at once, none of that. Just whatever you're lacking in next, try to build that skill up and just focus on that. Because what you'll find is a bunch of the information online actually contradicts each other. One person saying this, one person, just whatever your situation is, whatever that skill you need next, do it. That's it. Yo. Day 14. As you saw, I went for a run this morning, and now I was doing work for a couple hours, maybe like an hour and a half. I was pretty exhausted, and at least I did something, which has brought me some clarity onto what the next skill I need to learn is, and that's marketing. I need to get leads in to actually start making money with the business. So if you're someone who likes the business side of things, marketing is the next skill I was learning. And that is $100 Million Leads is the book that I am reading to learn that, and I'm doing the course, because I've already read the book. I wanted to say, not everything goes to plan. the past couple of days I felt so helpless and felt like I couldn't do what I wanted to do, and my goals seemed so far away from me that I would never accomplish them, and I have no proof that I am able to do it because I've never succeeded in it. Yeah, I had like my face in my book in the middle of the day yesterday, and I was just helpless, and then my mood just went terrible, and I still tried to work, but I felt like shit, and I just like, nah, this is helpless. And that will happen, that's fine. It's how you deal with those emotions. I drove to the gym and I was like in a bad mood, so I talked to myself about it. I was like, was it really that bad? You did put in a lot of work. The result wasn't good, but I did put out a lot of work there to get to where I needed to get. Next skill to learn is marketing, and that is what I shall learn. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm going to the gym now. After doing a 15K in the morning, doing a bit of work now, gym.
Now, as you've joined me during the first month of the year, you would have noticed a lot has been getting done, but still something was missing. Now, step 4 is probably the most crucial one out of all of the skill sets you will learn in this video. In step 1, we built our goals. In step 2, we built a plan to get towards our goals. In step 3, we know what we lack in next. But step 4 is the most crucial because it involves you actually doing what we said we would do. You will succeed in life if you just take the fact that you are going to suck for a little bit. And that's where step 4 comes in. As you would have seen, as I've documented, I lacked step 4. I was doing everything right, but I was just not doing the last bit, which is the one that will change your life forever. As you know, I'm a huge Alex Hormozi fan, and he has a thing called the Rule of 100, which I started implementing to the end of that month. The Rule of 100 is where you spend 100 minutes making content a day, or $100 on ads spent a day, or 100 messages reached out a day about something you are trying to advertise in the world. So the Rule of 100 is doing one of those 3 and making sure you do it for 100 days straight. One of my big commitments is doing 100 minutes of content every single day. If you do the Rule of 100 for 100 days, that is step 4. You take the action, and within those 100 days, you will change your life. Alex Hormozi guarantees it, and I'm guaranteeing it too. And that's why I'm documenting it. Shape your life in a way that will fit the Rule of 100. We aren't wanting the Rule of 100 to happen only when the best case scenario happens. No, we want it to happen no matter what. In our day-to-day, even in the worst case scenario, we make the Rule of 100 work. And that is what we will do. So schedule your day around doing this action of the 100 that you pick and get to it. And all you can do now is just do the action that is necessary. As you become successful, never forget God. You'll be tempted to forget your first love, the one that put you where you are. And secondly, study Newton's third law. Newton's third law states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That for everything you input into the world, you will output an equal proportion to that of which you input. Luke Belmore.
This year's different. We get it to a point that like no other. As you would have just seen, I was just on the call with one of my mentors. So we're doing a mentorship. It is officially day 21 into the year. It's going good. I'm now implementing the Rule of 100, basically doing the 100 minutes of content creation a day. Right now I'm building a landing page. Started looking into ClickFunnels, buying a domain, as you can see here. I'm buying a domain, which is going to be the RDF project, which is pretty cool that we're doing this, and it gave me a lot of anxiety, especially paying the monthly subscription for a funnel, a ClickFunnels. It brought me a lot of anxiety because I'm like, oh, even more money's getting taken out of my account, like far out. But it's worth doing it. I'm learning. This is technically the building blocks of marketing I'm learning.
and I'm just doing. I'm not even like considering, oh, I'm learning marketing. I'm just doing stuff, building a landing page, marketing it, building a funnel. So yeah, it's day 21. I'm definitely moving a lot more forward towards the goals, which is the content creation is the main objective. That is where I find the most fun. As I'm building this video and the key principles in it, I'm also starting to slowly shift how I work. Instead of just trying to always need to hear that dopamine releasing information, I'm just doing stuff now of the rule of 100. And yeah, while I do that, I do build my coaching, which is to help people lose weight. And we do have a lot of features in there that have been built over these last couple months. I've been working my ass off for it and it's been fun. So as you can see, I've been editing. I have a timer going. I'm a bit rusty to it because I stopped for a while, but it feels good to be back. Rule of 100, I gotta stick to the content creation. It feels good to have the content creation going out, which is really awesome. Hopefully at the end of the month, I will have a website fully up, and you might even be able to see it in this video if you went to go look at it, which is really cool how far we're advancing. I'm gonna add one crucial part. At every point I had self-doubt, and every point I still do. I don't have undeniable stacked proof in myself to show that I can actually accomplish these things. So when I do it, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't do this stuff. I don't really know. I need someone who can do it for me, who knows how to do it. Don't listen to yourself. Just do it. Allow yourself to fail. I think that was the best thing I ever learned from Alex Hormozi's $100 million leads. At the end of it, he says, once he was given the permission to fail with a small budget to be allocated for failing, that was when he started to see the biggest growth in his business. I kind of am going with the idea of, instead of being so scarce with my resources, I'm actually allowing myself to fail. And I think that's where you need to go to. For whoever is watching this, maybe give yourself some room to fail. See how that goes. Whether that means building the website that you don't know how to do, whether that means making the YouTube video that you don't know how to do. You're going to need to fail, and that is what makes perfect. Let's redefine the meaning of failure as it is a stepping stone to greatness. I wasn't expecting much to happen in these 30 days, but it is the groundwork for what could be happening at the end of the year. We could look back at this video and be like, holy, wow, those 5 steps he has in this video really did change his life. And that's why I wanted it documented, because I was like, if it's gonna change mine, hopefully it can change a bunch of yours and redirect you into the right position, because there's nothing worse than feeling helpless. Yeah, go and gym after this. Bro, look at that shoulders. Sorry, bye. I had finally put together a website and I was super proud of the effort I put towards it. The rule of 100 states that you need to do 100 minutes of content a day. Well, my choice is content because I don't really have any money to be spending on ads. Content is something I've always enjoyed. I love storytelling, and I really can see myself doing that for a very long time. When a whole video comes together through just pure creativity. I'm about to record a video. Stop procrastinating. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I have work later today. So yes, you need to make this stuff work with your schedule. And that's where like time blocking kinda makes it work. I was very against time blocking. If you do it in a way that doesn't feel restrictive but free, this work needs to be done at this time so you can do X, Y, and Z later. But yeah, so we're about to record a video on this camera. We're gonna see how it goes because it's been a while since I've recorded a proper video. You are the only person who's gonna change your life. No one else is going to come and change it for you. And if that means you have to work outside of your work hours, so be it. I would rather do that than myself going to the same job every single day and nothing happened for 10 years. So I put in work outside of my hours. I don't get paid for this work. I can see it building into something and I really enjoy it. It is day 25. 5 days left into the first month of the year. As you would have seen in the last clip, I said I was doing the rule of 100. Then I got slapped in the face by life. Not only do I have an injury, not only that, did I have to start dealing with other problems in my life that kept popping up. And then it took up a lot of my time, and the perfect scenario of my day-to-day no longer existed. And then I became so unmotivated. The momentum had been halted. So the past 2 days before, I didn't really do anything that worked towards it. And if anything, I've just been in a ball of constant anxiety that I don't have what it takes to do this.
I guess it's part of the journey. You're meant to have growing pains. You're meant to be scared of what you're going to try and do. It's not meant to be easy, because that's when you know you aren't growing anymore. Like, damn, bro. This shit gets hard. I thought I may as well bring it into this, because I guess a lot of you would be able to relate to this side. It's hard. It's fucking hard. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't know if I have what it takes. I don't know. Look, I'm gonna put in work today. I promise you that. I'll put in my 100 minutes. You need to stop trying to prepare for problems that haven't even popped up yet. Just do it. This is a message to myself. When I'm editing this is going to be a message to myself. And for whoever else needs to see this, you're going to see it. Just fucking do it. Who gives a shit? Fail, fail, and fail. You're scared of failure, and you're disguising it with everything else. Day 25, you will either see a video of me having completed the work I said I was going to do today, or nothing. I know I said I would, and it might not be a full 100 minutes of it, but I'm going to try to do an hour of just focused editing. So let's see how we go. Day 31. In these past couple of days, there wasn't really much done. A lot of life got in the way, but a lot more of a positive attitude. And I did come to the realization nothing is going to happen, and you're not going to generate leads for your business, and you're not going to make more money unless you do the work that is necessary. And like the last rule in this video, if I'm not mistaken, one of the last ones is doing the actual work, the rule of 100. In these 30 days, it's actually not realistic to change your life in 30 days, but you can set these stepping stones to put you in the right direction. So this is only one part of a couple part series, day 31. So it's the last day. We've been doing really well, and it's actually really cool to see how far we've actually come in terms of proper knowledge that's building our bridge, each little brick. I'm gonna leave you on a cliffhanger. I ended up getting this and another book. What could happen in the next year could be something that is worth actually documenting. So with the power of this book, with the power of Alex Hormozi being my mentor, I will succeed.
As you've joined me for the first month of 2024, if you've realized this is just the beginning, because we are getting better each and every day. Now, join me. You have the rules that are set out here in this video. And if you don't believe it, hopefully soon you'll see the future documentations of where we end up. So, thank you. Subscribe. Why me? It could only be me, Rami Darwish.